Bill Hemmer has spent nearly 3 decades delivering America's most critical news stories. The Fox News anchor covered 9/11 from ground zero, reported from war zones in Afghanistan and Iraq, and anchored coverage of every major political event since the Florida recount. His face has become synonymous with breaking news. His voice a steady presence during national crisis. Yet one story remains conspicuously absent from public record, his own. At 60 years old, Hemmer has never married. His 8-year relationship with supermodel Dara Tomanovich ended abruptly in 2013, followed by complete radio silence on his romantic life. The rumor mill has worked overtime, linking him to nearly every female colleague at Fox News. A 2019 incident involving a doctored photograph forced him to address speculation about his sexuality. But these surface-level explanations miss the deeper truth about what happens when someone dedicates their entire existence to a profession that demands everything. The real reason Hemmer remains unmarried reveals something most people never consider about the price of success lived entirely in the public eye. Bill Hemmer's path to becoming one of America's most trusted news anchors began in Cincinnati, Ohio, where his early passion for broadcasting emerged during high school. He hosted a student-run radio show that let him engage with peers and community members, developing skills in communication and timing that would prove essential throughout his career. These weren't casual hobby hours. Even as a teenager, Hemmer approached broadcasting with intensity that suggested this was more than youthful curiosity. By the time he reached Miami University, Hemmer had committed fully to journalism. He studied broadcast journalism and immersed himself in media studies, building foundations for what would become a career defined by relentless dedication. After graduation, he wasted no time entering television, landing his first significant role at WCPO-TV in Cincinnati covering sports. The position required quick thinking and precision, qualities Hemmer had already cultivated. His colleagues noticed something different about him, a hunger to be where news was happening, an inability to settle for desk work when stories were unfolding elsewhere. That drive caught the attention of major networks. In 1995, CNN offered Hemmer an opportunity that transformed him from regional anchor to national figure. His decade at CNN put him at the center of defining moments in late 20th and early 21st century history. The 2000 presidential election solidified his reputation, particularly his ground coverage during the contentious Florida recount. Nicknamed the Chad Lad for his exhaustive reporting on ballot irregularities, Hemmer demonstrated an ability to handle high-stakes situations without compromising accuracy. But more than that, he showed he was willing to dedicate weeks away from home, sleeping in hotels, eating meals between live shots, all to stay where the story was unfolding. His commitment extended beyond domestic coverage. After September 11th, Hemmer reported from Afghanistan, covering stories that required adapting to dangerous conditions and navigating complex international situations. These weren't assignments journalists took for career advancement. They were missions that demanded sacrifice, physical risk, and extended separation from any semblance of normal life. In 2005, Hemmer made his boldest career move by joining Fox News. He became co-anchor of America's Newsroom, eventually forming a partnership with Perino that would define the program. Their on-screen chemistry and professional rapport turned the show into one of Fox News's most trusted morning broadcasts. Viewers tuned in not just for breaking news, but for Hemmer's clear, composed reporting style. His ability to remain steady while navigating volatile news cycles solidified his position as one of the network's lead anchors. Over nearly 2 decades at Fox, Hemmer built a legacy as a journalist who prioritizes truth over spectacle. His consistent work ethic earned the respect and loyalty of millions of viewers who came to trust him as a reliable source during uncertain times. But that trust came with a price few outsiders understood. The same dedication that made him exceptional at his job created a life structure that left little room for anything or anyone else. Despite his high-profile career, Bill Hemmer has maintained unusually strict privacy about his personal life. He rarely offers glimpses into relationships on social media or in interviews, setting himself apart from television peers who often share personal milestones with audiences. This discretion has fueled endless speculation about his romantic history and personal choices. His most significant known relationship was with Canadian model Dara Tomanovich, which lasted from 2005 to 2013. The two reportedly met in Paris, where Tomanovich had established herself as one of fashion's most recognizable faces. Discovered at 18 by Karl Lagerfeld during a trip to the French capital, she became the face of Chloé and spent 5 years building an impressive portfolio. She worked with L'Oréal, appeared in British Vogue and Marie Claire, and moved in circles far removed from Hemmer's serious journalism world. Their connection brought an element of glamour into Hemmer's otherwise low-profile existence. Throughout their 8 years together, Hemmer and Tomanovich attended various events, but they consistently refrained from publicly discussing their relationship. This low-key approach allowed them to maintain privacy unusual for a high-profile couple. Friends of the couple described their dynamic as one of opposites. Her world of fashion shows and photo shoots, his world of breaking news and political coverage. Yet for 8 years they made it work. Then in 2013 it ended. No public statements, no explanations, no carefully worded press releases about growing apart or remaining friends. Just silence. The relationship that had defined Hemmer's personal life simply disappeared from view. Shortly after their split, Tomanovich was arrested for driving under the influence. The incident sparked media curiosity with outlets analyzing her social life and connections, including her history with Hemmer. For the intensely private anchor, having his ended relationship dissected in gossip columns must have reinforced every instinct he had about keeping personal matters hidden. What ended an 8-year relationship? Those close to the situation suggested the demands of their respective careers created insurmountable challenges. His schedule required constant travel. Hurricane coverage meant days in Florida. Political conventions meant weeks on the road. International stories meant leaving the country with little notice. Tomanovich's modeling career, while based primarily in one location, came with its own demanding schedule. But colleagues at Fox noticed something else. Around the time of the breakup, Hemmer had taken on increased responsibilities at the network. His commitment to being available for major breaking news meant his personal life operated on a schedule that changed by the hour. For Hemmer, this relationship marked the end of any publicly acknowledged romantic involvement. After 2013, he retreated even further into privacy, never again confirming a relationship or appearing publicly with a romantic partner. His reticence to share personal details became a defining aspect of his public image, aligning with his career as a journalist who prioritizes the story over self-promotion. But his silence created a vacuum that speculation rushed to fill. The secrecy surrounding Hemmer's private life has generated considerable public speculation. For a successful, well-regarded public figure, his choice to remain single has raised questions among fans and followers who wonder if his dedication to journalism explains his bachelor status. But more than that, the complete absence of confirmed relationships after Tomanovich created fertile ground for rumors about virtually every woman he appeared alongside. Sandra Smith, his former co-anchor on America's Newsroom, became the subject of persistent dating rumors based primarily on their strong on-air chemistry. The speculation grew intense enough that outlets felt compelled to report that Smith is married to marketing professional John Connolly, with whom she has children. The rumors had no basis beyond their professional rapport. Yet they persisted. Then there was Megyn Kelly. When both worked at Fox News, their friendly on-air interactions fueled widespread speculation about a romantic relationship. Both Kelly and Hemmer addressed these rumors in separate interviews, with each stating they were simply good friends and colleagues. Kelly emphasized that their connection was rooted in mutual professional respect. Hemmer echoed this sentiment, but their denials did little to stop the speculation. The media and public seemed unable to accept that two successful, attractive television personalities could simply be friends. His partnership with Dana Perino has generated perhaps the most enduring speculation. As co-anchors of America's Newsroom, they spend hours together daily developing the kind of shorthand and chemistry that makes for engaging television. Their easy banter, mutual respect, and obvious comfort with each other have led countless viewers to wonder if something romantic exists behind the scenes. Perino, who is married, has never addressed these rumors directly. Neither has Hemmer. Their approach seems to be ignoring the speculation entirely, letting their work speak for itself. In February 2019, Hemmer was photographed sitting near Marla Maples at New York Fashion Week. Maples, the actress and television personality known for her marriage to Donald Trump from 1993 to 1999, was seated in a way that suggested they were part of the same event gathering. The photos immediately sparked dating rumors. Media outlets analyzed the seating arrangement, their body language, and the fact they were at the same high-profile event. But like every other rumored relationship, nothing materialized. No confirmation, no follow-up sightings, no relationship. Just another round of speculation that led nowhere. Then came the incident that forced Hemmer to make a rare public statement about his personal life. A shirtless photograph began circulating online with claims it showed Hemmer. The image sparked conversations and speculation about his sexuality. The photo was eventually debunked as an edited version of an image originally showing Tiger Woods, but the damage had been done. The incident prompted discussions about Hemmer's sexual orientation, with some suggesting his lack of public relationships indicated he might be gay. A media outlet ran a piece affirming that Hemmer was heterosexual after he reported the doctored photo incident to authorities. In a rare move, Hemmer made an on-air comment referencing a girlfriend, seemingly to put rumors to rest. But he provided no details, no name, no confirmation of an ongoing relationship. It appeared to be less about sharing his personal life and more about establishing facts to stop harmful speculation. The pattern across all these rumors is telling. Every alleged relationship has been with a professional colleague or someone he was photographed near at a public event. Never has there been evidence of dating, romantic dinners, or the typical markers of relationships. The rumor mill operates on proximity and chemistry, filling the void created by Hemmer's silence with speculation that reveals more about public curiosity than about Hemmer's actual life. Hemmer has alluded to the demanding nature of his job in past interviews, hinting that the unpredictable and intense schedule of a news anchor leaves little room for relationships. The constant travel, long hours, and emotional toll of covering high-stakes events make the life of a journalist uniquely challenging. His commitment to his career appears to be a driving force in his personal choices. The news industry requires an extraordinary level of dedication, especially for someone in Hemmer's position. His willingness to travel for major stories, whether covering the Iraq War, reporting on hurricanes, or anchoring political convention coverage, highlights his commitment to being where news unfolds. This devotion, often at the expense of personal time, suggests Hemmer may have made a conscious decision to focus on his work rather than traditional family life. Consider what a typical week looks like for a breaking news anchor at Hemmer's level. Morning show anchors typically wake before dawn, arriving at the studio hours before broadcast to review news, prepare for interviews, and coordinate with producers. But that's just the baseline. When major news breaks, those schedules explode. Natural disasters mean deploying to disaster zones for days or weeks. Political events mean traveling to convention cities or primary states. International crises mean being on call around the clock, ready to anchor special coverage at any moment. Hemmer has consistently volunteered for these demanding assignments. When hurricanes approach, he's among the first to deploy. When elections demand on-ground coverage, he's there. This pattern of prioritizing presence at major news events has defined his career, but it's inherently incompatible with maintaining stable personal relationships. How does someone build a life with a partner when they might leave for a week with 12 hours' notice? How do they plan dinners, vacations, or important personal moments when breaking news takes precedence? For many viewers, Hemmer's choice to remain a bachelor reflects dedication to his career that not everyone could sustain. In an industry where stability and routine are rare, Hemmer's focus on journalism has become a hallmark of his character. His bachelorhood appears to be a byproduct of this lifelong commitment. But there's another dimension to consider. For Hemmer, the newsroom has become more than just a workplace. It's a second home and a source of fulfillment. His professional relationships, particularly at Fox News, have become integral parts of his life. His long-standing co-anchor partnership with Dana Perino is more than a working relationship. It's a bond of trust and respect built over years of shared challenges and successes. In a high-stakes, fast-paced industry, these professional relationships often stand in for the